All right, hello everyone. Welcome to Full Sail University. I have been watching the chat box and viewing your excitement, which is amazing. The really cool thing about being the first month teacher is that I get to see that duality. I get to see that excitement, yet a little bit of anxiety written. Like, oh my God, we just made this decision and what did we get ourselves into? But awesome. So first I want to congratulate you guys for making that choice for yourself. It is an amazing choice to take control over your happiness. You have control over pursuing your own happiness and taking the first step of coming here to Full Sail to explore what it is that you are capable of in this world is an amazing choice, and you should be excited, you should be scared, you should be overjoyed. All of those emotions are valid, and as you can see from the chat box, you aren't alone in that. So, my friends, what I like to do first is to give you a taste of what it's like to be in a GoTo session with several people, and to see how it is if when I open up the mics and just let I don't know, say hello to everybody, wish everybody well, and I will count down to 3 and open up your mics, and if you guys would say good evening, what's up, whatever you feel. Just no profanity, please, that would be cool. So in 3, 2, 1. Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you guys?
You know what? It's not that bad. I mean, I hear a little bit of feedback and TV in the background, but that's really not that bad. It's not so chaotic. However, for the purpose of getting through what we need to get through, I'm gonna mute the microphones and let you guys know a few things about how GoTo training works. So let me mute you for a second. And if you could see my screen, because we all cannot see each other's control panel. So what you see in the screenshot here is the control panel that you each see on your screen. So there's a couple of functions. You could see everyone that's in attendance, and then right underneath your names is several different buttons. The one that I want you to pay attention to is, it looks like a hand with an arrow going through it. If you guys would click on that, that will let me know that you know where that button is, and that's an indicator that you have a question, or you would like to share something, you have a comment, whatever it might be. So if you would go ahead and locate that button right underneath the names in the class and check and just press it, let me know you know where it is. So for the most part, pretty much everybody knows what that is. Cool. So this will come in handy a little bit later in our session today. I am all about conversation. I'm all about participation. The really cool thing about Full Sail is that you're a part of the culture no matter if you're online or you're on campus, and I make sure of that. So know that just because we're all probably in our PJs in whatever part of the house you're in, there may even be some of you in your car at the moment. That just makes it interesting, and that just shows you how awesome technology is, and the fact that we can even do that we could all sit here on a Monday evening, or it might be a Monday afternoon in some parts of the country, and learn together. So I think that's amazing. It's amazing to have the opportunity to go to university like this from the comforts of your home. So know that everything in front of you is for yours to take advantage of, and it will be up to you to take advantage of all the wonderful things and be a part of the university, be a part of the community, and communicate. Cool. Okay, so now that we got that started, let's get to our lecture. And you guys, just let you know, I'm a bit off the cuff. So yes, there will be slides. However, I definitely like to get you guys involved and go off the cuff. So let me know if I go a little bit too fast. I tend to do that, especially where I'm from originally. So let me know. Just put your hand up or get me in the chat box. Cool. Alright. And can you guys still hear me? So I'm making another check. Can you hear me? Cool. Alright, so guys, welcome to CRP, and yes, I totally understand the significance of the letter choice that they use to give our class the acronym, but I assure you that what you're gonna learn is so much more than what you can get out of the acronym or the letters, initials of our class. So welcome to Create a Presentation, and yes, this is the very first class that you're encountering at Full Sail University. It's your stepping stone. It's welcoming you and opening the doors to get you to see what your potential is. So one thing you can bank on is being challenged. I'm going to show you how to reflect and understand what choice you have made and what you can do to just make this journey so much better and enhance what you already have in your head. And be able to present yourself in a way that the perception that you have of yourself is what others are going to perceive from you. The other neat thing about our class is it's very unique, and I'll get to that in a moment. But on the agenda tonight is, of course, it's the first day. So I need to go over some things about the class, how it's set up, some things that are the platform. You know, some of it might be a review because you went into or took orientation. So, but I will go over what's unique to our class and how it's set up, and hopefully by the end of this session, you'll be able to breathe a little bit and be like, yeah, I can do this. I can do this. And Dwayne, yes, 50 slides looks a little bit intimidating, doesn't it? But I assure you that this is actually all encompassing. It's the entire week. I do have another session on Friday that we're going to be going over some of the concepts that you'll be reading in Resonate. So it's not 50 slides tonight, I promise you. And I could also promise you that I skip a lot. Like I said, I'm off the cuff. I'm also a campus instructor, so especially in campus, I'm all over the place. I walk around the room. I talk to the audience. Like, you guys are my audience. I'm out there with you. I'm not that instructor that stands in front of the room the entire time and just barks at you. So, I do skip around. However, I won't confuse you because I collapse those slides and you won't even notice that I'm skipping the slides. So how about that? I'm a magician also. I can make slides disappear. I'm sure you guys heard that, how in real estate, the um, the motto that's drilled in your head is location, location, location. That is everything when you are getting ready to open a department store, you getting ready to open up a restaurant. It's location, location, location. So with that in mind, Full Sail is all about network, network, network. It's conducive to the entertainment industry. You need to rub elbows, you need to shake hands, you need to make eye contact, you need to communicate. There's a network of people, and I'm sure you've heard it's who you know. You don't get to know people unless you open your mouth and you talk to them and you build relationships. So you'll find in this class that it's from day one. You're building community from day one. So all of you that were proactive and started talking to each other in the chat box, oh my God, I was sitting here and it just made my heart so happy. Because that is what I'm talking about. Talk to each other, ask each other questions, reach out, connect. This is your supporting system. Building community is key to success. So there is going to be a network activity. I try to put or infuse activities in every single one of these sessions to get us to talk to each other. I'll go over some of the policy and procedures, and most likely we'll jump out from the slides and go into the platform, and I'll show you where everything is. And then get you started on this discussion board, because that's really the stepping stone of week one, and get you all on the same page. So wait, guys, you are jumping the gun. There's going to be time for us to exchange our information, I promise. Okay, so this one I'll go through and just click. But as you can see, these are different degrees unfolding. So you remember when I said that creative presentation is kind of a unique class? It's unique in the way that you are in a room with all different types of people. You are in a pool of diversity, of skill, of experience, of likes, of interest. So you really never know who you are in the room with. There's film people, there's creative writers, there's master editors in here, there's business people, sports marketing people, digital design and art, computer animation. I can go on and on and on and on. The cool thing about this diversity, people, is that you will find you need each other. You need each other to make things happen. You're not a lone island. Never feel that way. There are people out there that have the experience and have the skill to take your vision, your heart, and your dreams and build it to something you never even imagined it could go. And it's because you're open to building those relationships, accepting help, and appreciating each other. So having a diversity of talent is so it's like gold. It's gold. Having the opportunity to connect with that many people is just gold. And keep that in mind as you start to move forward. Okay, so here I'm gonna get you guys start talking a little bit. Here is just a few questions. Now, to save time, because we have a lot going on this evening, and I do apologize now. There's a lot of information, but understand that I understand where you are. Also, I understand everyone's responsibilities and schedules. This is recorded, and this session will be posted the following morning, so it'll be posted in the morning along with an announcement and other helpful things where you could refer back to it. So I think Taylor asked me the question. Of course, if you have to leave to put your children to bed, or even to make dinner, or you've got to turn off the stove, whatever it may be, or maybe your puppy is doing the pee-pee dance and you need to go take your puppy out for a walk. Understand that you're adults and it's recorded, and you could come back to it at any time that you need to come back to it. I will show you guys later on in this session when I take you to the platform. I will let you know where everything is, and trust me, I have your best interest at heart. Trust me. So, without further ado, I'd like to hear from you. And if you haven't noticed, I haven't introduced myself. So there is a purpose to that, and we'll get to that. But I want to know who you guys are. So there's 5 different things that you could choose from, and if you would choose one of them to kind of introduce yourself, say who you are, and then give us a little anecdote about a future goal, an accomplishment you made, a change you would like to see, any role model or role models you have, or share your dreams. So who would like to be my first volunteer? You can use that raise your hand button. You guys can do this. Don't be shy. Okay, Taylor, awesome. I'm gonna unmute you. Hello, Taylor, how are you?
Hi, good. I want to apologize in advance, though, if you do hear my children yell in the background.
That's okay, they're welcome.
Well, I'm in for a bachelor's degree in game design. So a future goal of mine would be working for a company like Bethesda or 2K or Gearbox, because they make a few of my favorite games.
Sweet. What if you had to choose one, just to talk about it, what would be your favorite game?
That's really hard to say because I've always loved Skyrim.
Wow.
But my husband and I, we really connected over a video game, Borderlands, and we actually both have a tattoo of it.
Oh, cool.
So I probably would go with Borderlands 2, because it's just, I don't even know what to say about it. It's just so much fun.
Awesome. I haven't played the regular game, but I played the Telltale game.
Oh yeah, that one was nice.
And I thought that was kind of cool. Um, I love the fact that you're thinking about companies already. This is going to be a strong thing. Just keep that in mind. It will come back around. We'll start talking about what our final presentation is going to be in week 2. Definitely keep that in mind. Keep those companies in mind and what it is that you would like to do for a company like Bethesda or yeah.
I'm not quite sure because I know I want to develop games, and I want to get all 3 degrees of game art, design, and development. But it'll take a long time to do that.
It will, but that it's awesome. I mean, you can't go wrong with education and building your diversity and knowledge base, and having an interest in everything that is in that industry is awesome. Cool.
All right.
Thank you for being the first one. That's very brave. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. Is it Chalice? I might be saying that wrong, so you can correct me. Did I say it right?
It's Chalice.
Chalice. That's so
Yeah.
pretty.
Thank you. Yeah, so my name's Chalice. I'm currently in Miami, Florida. I am in the program for graphic design bachelor's. I'm actually going back to school. I already have a master's degree in something else, but I'm coming back to school for this. And a future goal, I'd really like to work for some sort of outdoor provision company and working on kind of like branding and stuff for them.
Good
So, yeah.
for you. Good for you. And may I ask what your first master's was in?
My master's is in mental health counseling, so I'm actually a therapist right now.
Wow, that's very interesting. And I would love, it seems like you have a lot of experience, which is amazing. And if use that experience to become the mentor every chance that you get. So you'll find that on the discussion boards, especially where we interact with each other, practice by sharing your experiences. I think it would be extremely interesting, especially with your background. I love the fact that you're wanting to dive into personal branding. It's an interesting field to go into, and there's not a lot of people that specialize in that. So I think that would be a great thing to explore while you're in this class. Cool.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Okay, it looks like we have another Taylor. So we have 2 Taylors. Hi Taylor, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are y'all?
Wonderful.
So I'm the other Taylor. I'm currently coming to school for game designing, which is really ironic. And some of my dreams are moving out to like California and possibly getting a job at like Blizzard or Bungie or Activision, because I also do a lot of gaming.
That's awesome. So why I'm just curious because you said it's ironic. Why is it ironic?
That there's another Taylor that's also going for game design. I
Oh,
don't know.
I get it. Okay.
I just find it ironic that it's 2 of us going for the same thing, pretty
That's
much.
really cool. And I think the 2 Taylors need to connect and get each other's information. Awesome. Well, thank you, Taylor, too. Okay, let's see. Do we have anyone else that would like to share? Okay, Kellen. Kellen, you are muted on your side. There you go. Awesome. Hi.
Yeah, it's Keelan. How you doing?
Keeland. Cool.
Yeah,
Sorry
Keelan.
about that. Thank you.
No, it's okay.
What do you got for us?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So, my name's Keelan. I am a drummer. Been drumming for over 20 years. My future goal in life is to be able to be in the music field, whether it's drumming behind someone that's famous, or I'm going to school to be get my bachelor's in audio production. So either get in the field that way also. So it's just I'm pretty basic, pretty simple guy.
Awesome. Well, I'm seeing the chat box. Dwayne is saying drummer needed. So that might be a conversation that needs to happen. And
Oh yes, most
I love
definitely.
that. I love that. And it looks like Javon is also looking for a drummer. So it looks like you're in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Keelan.
All right, thank you.
Okay. I love that you guys are participating already. That's amazing. And I love that serendipitously relationships are already starting to happen. That is extremely cool. Um, is there anyone else out there that would like to share? Don't be shy. Okay, cool. Let's get Jordan. Hi, Jordan. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine.
Welcome.
Thank you. Um, well, I'm Jordan, of course, and I'm here to get my bachelor's in creative writing for entertainment.
Oh, awesome.
hmm
And do you have a specific genre that got you interested in the creative writing journey, or it's you just love it all?
I love all genres, but I really enjoy fantasy the most, like The Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit, Pacific Rim, things like that.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I do hope that you will share your stories with us as much as possible. I love reading stories, so please share every chance that you have.
I'll try my best.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Okay. Ian, I saw that you had your hand up. Did you still want to share? Okay, awesome. Hi, Ian. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. What you got for us?
Um, I'm going in for entertainment business bachelor's, and a future goal of mine is to open up an entertainment company. And one of the accomplishments I had to accomplish is to get into Full Sail, man. I'm really excited to be working with a lot of you guys, and hearing your creative talent like Jordan. I definitely want to reach out to that one, and as well as just seeing different what inspired you guys to get here. And that's one of my accomplishments I'm excited for. A change I would make is I would move anywhere, to be honest. I'm not a stationary person. I would like to different. I like changes. And a role model. Anything that I would say. people who think out the box. One of my role models that I'm really focused on lately has been Elon Musk. He's just been somebody that is bold, pretty cool. So those are things I have and dreams I have. So yeah.
Well, so awesome. Thank you, Ian, for sharing with us. And I love your positive energy already. I could feel it, and I could almost hear you smile through your words. So that's a plus. That is a solid plus, especially when it comes to building your personal brand and really connecting with your audience, which you're gonna find throughout these weeks. So awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Richard is driving, so I'm a little worried about that. I hope that he's being careful. So we'll wait, and maybe a little bit later you'll be ready to speak to us. It looks like Bernard just raised his hand, so let's hear. Okay, Richard, as long as you're being careful and hands-free. Hi, Bernard, how are you?
I'm all right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, how you doing? Um, I am attending Full Sail for a bachelor's degree in computer animations. uh, I haven't really pursued college education since my time in the military, but in there I study telecommunications, signal, cable running, computer repair, that type stuff. So this is really my first shot at college, and I chose computer animations because I want to put together some sort of animated series, work with the team to create an animated series that influences people to reach their highest potential, spiritually, mentally, physically. Just something along the lines of Legend of Korra, if you're familiar with that series.
Oh, that's beautiful, Bernard. Especially, uh, I'm an educator. I'm an educator through like every blood vessel cell in my body. So
Mm-hmm.
if I'm a big fan of those that want to give back and want to educate and inspire and motivate. So I think that is wonderful.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope that you will write all this down and
I will.
and uh, build this build this plan and this dream in this class and allow us to be your sounding board and your support system. So I would love to see this develop over these weeks for sure.
Will do. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. And Jordan, yes, I love the positivity from everyone as well. I'm definitely feeling the vibe in here, and it's gonna be a good month. I could feel it. I definitely could feel it. Okay, my friends, this is the part where I'm gonna put back the music on and give you some time to connect with each other. So, if you, right below your chat box, right below where you've been typing in to communicate with us all, there is another box. It has the word to with a semicolon, and right now it reads all entire audience. What you could do is hit the drop down box of where it says all, and it will give you everyone in the class. So what I love for you guys to do in the next 7 minutes is reach out to as many people as you can and get their information. Know that in the session right now is all my sections. So it's not, you may be in session with someone that's not in your section, which I think is pretty cool because then you could connect with somebody that's outside of your section and you could communicate with each other even though you're not in the same section. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put the music back on, and for the next 7 minutes I would love for you guys to network with each other and reach out to at least 2 people. Do we know what to do, guys? Are you cool with that? Sweet. Oops, went a little too far. Let me put back on the music. Where did my music go? Okay. Alright, timer is set. Alright guys, I hope that you were able to get some contact information. Please understand that this is not over, and I hope that you'll take it upon yourself to reach out to each other as much as possible, because it is all about networking and communication. So I'm sure you have been wondering who I am. I haven't really introduced myself yet. Well, I'm Trish Pearson. I am your creative presentation instructor for month one. And this is me, Trish Pearson, and it's okay. We go by our first names here at Full Sail, so it's alright if you call me Trish. Some people call me Miss Trish. Some people call me Professor P. So whatever you feel comfortable addressing me as is all good. I had a couple of nicknames when I taught high school. So yes, a little bit of background about my experience is I taught high school for 8 years. I was an English lit teacher for 8 years, seniors, and then a couple of years juniors as well. So I was with the quote-unquote big kids for a while. And everyone's favorite subject, English. I know you guys are all reeling in your seats like, oh my god, that's our favorite subject, Miss P. It's okay. I know it's not, and you won't hurt my feelings if you say that it's not. So what you see here is my Full Sail email address. So that's trishpearson@fullsail.com. As you know, the student emails are a little bit different. It's kind of at student.fullsail.edu. So ours is a little distinctive as of right now. So right now, it's tpearson@fullsail.com. You'll also find that I have alternative ways to get in touch with me, which I'll take you through the platform a little bit later. But you'll have several ways that you can get in touch with me. My office hours are listed here, but they're also listed on the platform as well. I'm a morning person. Which you'll find out, and my campus students have found out before. So I'm like, I'm a morning person. You are totally gonna hate me. My commute is a little over an hour, and I've been awake since 5:30 in the morning. So they know me by now. I'm very chipper. I'm a morning person. What does that mean for you guys? It's understood that we're all on different schedules. There are people here from the West Coast, there's people here from the Midwest, there's people here from overseas, and it might be, I don't know, 2 in the morning right now in this class where they are. So it's understood, especially in an online educational forum, that we all have different responsibilities and we have different time schedules. So these times are when I'm available. I'm online, and most likely if you get me within these times, you'll get a response from me probably within 5 minutes. I've been known to scare some people that I respond to them so quickly. But if it's during office hours, you're gonna get me right away. If it's after office hours, know that first thing in the morning I'll be opening up my email and you'll get a response from me. However, if you try to text me or message me at midnight, most likely I'm nice and comfy in my own bed and I'm ready. I'm off dreaming of unicorns and rainbows. So understand that I may not get back to at 1 in the morning or 2 in the morning, but that should be understood. As far as GoTo sessions, I have 2 per week. The first one is Monday night from 7 to 9. As we progress in the month, they may not go 2 hours, the full 2 hours. The first session is always longer because we're getting to know each other and there's a lot to cover. Then I have a second session on Friday. These 2 sessions are not the same, so I know that I get those questions. They're not the same, they're different. Friday is definitely a little bit more of an open forum. Yes, I do go over some concepts and review, but it really is my last reach out before the weekend. If you have any questions or concerns or want the group to get a look of what you're doing, maybe you want some live feedback. So Fridays are really to come in and connect with each other before we go on the weekend. As you notice, there is no office hours on the weekend. That's not to punish you. That's just very common when it comes to your instructors. During the week, we hold office hours. You have 40 hours of our week time to get in touch with us, to ask us questions, do what you have to do, being proactive. The weekend, I'm not gonna lie, I do open up my computer on a Saturday morning and I will check my emails on a Saturday morning, but that's about it. That is time for my family. If I have to do some personal projects, it's especially now it's NFL season, so don't even try on Sunday. You're not gonna get me on a Sunday, especially that the NFL is on. I know there is a lot connected with the NFL right now, but I have loved football since I can talk. God rest his soul, my father taught me the entire game. I'm not ashamed to say that I'm an NFL fan and love football. And yes, I'm a female, but I am glued to that TV. I watch football. That's what I do. So what I'm saying there is, I'm available. I am not green. I'm not an ogre. You could approach me. You can ask me questions. Just give the courtesy to have a turnaround time, and try your best to open up the platform at least, if not twice a day, at least once a day, to get a chance to look over if there's any announcements, if there's any, even if it's to read instructions for the assignment and write down some questions, and give you, uh, to give you a reminder of what you need to ask to make you successful. Oh, Dwayne, your boys are playing. Your boys are playing tonight. I get it. I get it. Well, we probably won't wrap up in 30 minutes, but the cool thing is that this is recorded. So trust me, I understand if you have to go watch the game. I totally understand. Just know that anything that's beyond that, just come back and check and just understand that information and be up to date. Cool. Okay, so I know I went off on a little tangent about what you can do to be successful, but that's really part of my job. But a little bit more about who I am and who you have in this classroom. Who is this person, Trish Pearson? Well, hopefully you'll be happy to know that I can genuinely say that I understand your position right now. I completely understand. My undergrad was at Malloy, and of course, I went on campus, but I was on campus at night, and I was an English lit major. I worked full time. I had several different part-time jobs and went to school at night. So I understand what it is to have balance and what it is to uh, have a lot of different things going on at once. Especially, I was already out of the house at 18, so I understand. I understand. I empathize. It's time management. Really understanding there needs to be a balance. I'm also um, I also graduated from Full Sail University not once, but twice. My first master's was in 2010 with digital media and design. And then, if that wasn't enough of a punishment, being a professor full time and giving feedback and grading and reading and watching presentations and having to do my own stuff, I went back for an MFA in creative writing, and I graduated in 2015. I can't believe it's going to be 2 years already this December. It goes by so fast. So, my friends, I can generally tell you that I've been in your shoes a bunch of times. So I understand the anxiety, I understand the excitement, I understand the times of doubt, but understand that you have a support system, you have an outlet. It's your responsibility to take advantage of all those great things and reach out. Does that sound cool? Does that sound like this whole relationship and month is doable? Awesome. Okay, so expectations. Now, I can sit here and bark at you and list things of what you can expect from me as your instructor, but I rather hear it from your mouth. So what are some of the things going into this month? What are some of the things that you expect from me as your instructor this month? And don't be shy. You may type it or raise your hand. Clear outline. Ian, can you clarify that? What do you mean by clear outline? Because that's pretty broad. So what do you mean by clear outline? Ian's probably typing. Dwayne says, what's due on Wednesday and what's due on the 20th? That's a little confusing. Okay, Dwayne, I am gonna take you there. Don't you worry about a thing. I will let you know everything that you need to do for this week to be successful when we go on the platform. I will show you what is meant by that. No worries. And Ian, I don't know if I'm a little out of touch, but I'm not too sure what that those initials are represent. Never mind. Okay, got it. Got it. The V threw me off a little bit. I was like, NVM. The V definitely got me stumped, so thanks for clarifying that. Okay, Cody, I honestly had no idea what to expect. This is the first time I ever decided to take, oh, it went, college, so I'm kind of being aware and learning in the moment. Well, learning in the moment is fantastic, Cody. That it just shows me how open-minded you are and how ready you are for the experience and gaining new perspectives. So I think that's awesome. Taylor says, I do not really expect anything in particular. I just look forward to learning anything and everything I can. Well, that's reassuring. I really like that because one of the sayings, and I actually have it in my signature line for my email, is from my man Socrates, and he says, "What I know is I know nothing." And it's very liberating because what it really comes down to and says about us as individuals is we need to let go. We need to let go of thinking that we know everything, because if we come to the conclusion that we know everything, that stops us from learning. And learning comes from experience, and experience comes from living, and we've all lived different lives. To be open-minded and pay attention or just listen to each other's perspectives, it allows us to gain a new perception, maybe even question things or look at things differently. Yeah, darn updates, Cody. Technology, go figure. But being open-minded opens you up to new experiencing and learning from each other. So when I say that community is the key to success, I mean it, because we can all learn from one another. The key is to listen to each other and allow for relationships and perceptions to change. Okay, Bernard says, I expect interaction with the students. I've tried online school before and they just kind of throw you in classes and you never hear from instructors. I can appreciate how this college is set up in comparison to other online schools. Amen, Bernard, if I dare say. Well, I will tell you that you can expect that from me. I love being an educator. It's something that is just innate inside of me. So connecting to my students is one of my favorite things. I feel like, especially being a student myself and knowing what I need as a student, that connection, those relationships, if I didn't communicate or respond, everything that I'm saying to you from the beginning of this session would be so hypocritical. And one of my idols, my soul sister, is Maya Angelou. And Maya Angelou stated in one of her last interviews, live your teaching. And those three little words have meant the world to me. And it just woke me up to realize I need to live my teaching. I need to practice what I preach. And that's what I intend to do. Oh, Jordan, that's cool that you got a chance to sit in on a couple of your friends' campus classes. It definitely is friendly and open, and I hope to make that campus experience the same for online. It's what I strive to do. It's what I challenge you all to do. Cool. Oh, well, thank you, Bernard. I appreciate that you recognize that. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so what else? Besides communication, connection, what else do you expect from me as your instructor? Well, thank you, Cody, for those kind words. I'm glad that comes across. And it's funny because you don't really know until someone tells you, so thank you for that. Okay, so I will tell you, because I will tell you that you can expect you will have all the tools that you need to succeed in my class. I will provide you with announcements. I will email you. I will give you extra added links that can help you with assignments. I will give you some examples of past work that is meant to inspire you, not to intimidate you, but to show you that you have capabilities beyond what you think you have. So they're there to inspire you. Of course, not there to copy word for word, but as an inspiration. You can expect that I'm on top of things. I'm going to communicate with you on the discussion boards. You are gonna receive feedback from me, and in a timely manner. I'm one of the quick ones when it comes to feedback and turnover for grades, which is a blessing and a curse at the same time, because it might not be what you could expect down the line. But I really feel that it's so important, especially for the first class, to understand your capabilities and understand what you need to improve and work on. So I will provide you with all of that. I can give you a guarantee. I can give you my stamp 110%. But what I would like to see in return is that you're taking advantage of all of that. So yes, you are going to have feedback. You are going to have resources beyond what you expect to have to succeed in this class. My expectations of you is that you are taking advantage of all those wonderful things. My expectation is that you understand the responsibility that you have for your own education. I cannot get on a plane and knock on your door and tell you to do your homework or submit on time. I can give you the dates, I can give you the resources, but it is up to you to complete and submit and ask questions reach out to your peers, reach out to me, email, text, call. It's your responsibility to meet me halfway. Does that make sense? Cool. And Cody, there is always opportunity to go above and beyond in this class. I challenge every single one of you to strive for that, because you are unique in your own way. You all have something to bring to the table, and I ask of you to bring it. You've come to the university that advertise for creative minds. What do you think I expect you to use if that is what we represent as a brand? Uh-oh, did I stump you guys? I'll repeat that. We are advertised for the University of Creative Minds. What do I expect you to use? More than your mind, Connor. More than your mind. Dwayne, that makes me laugh. Yes, your hearts and souls. Your heart and soul is your creativity. It's why you're here. It's why you chose to be on this journey. It's why you chose Full Sail over UCF or over any state school. You chose Full Sail University. So I want to see it. I want you to bring it. We have a drummer in here, we have a creative writer in here, we have game art students. Bring your talent to everything that you do. It's what makes your heart beat. It's what makes you happy. It's what puts you on this path. So use your craft in everything that you do. Stay happy. That's what I expect from you guys. And of course, everything else follows. Of course, I expect you to be professional and adults and communicate well and write well. Ask for help if you need to formulate an answer to a question or an evaluation. Use the resources to enhance your discussion posts, read my comments, use your feedback, all of these things. Submit on time, that would be awesome. Adhere to the deadlines and stay in contact with me if anything comes up. I always ask this question. If the deadline passes, can I help you? No, not really. Not if you haven't reached out to me. So know that, my friends, that you have all week. You have all week where I have office hours. I will show you on the platform my alternative information that you can reach out to me. And even if it's after hours, know that you'll get a response back from me first thing in the morning. So use your time wisely and ask for help when it's needed. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you succeed. So do not hesitate to ask me a question. Do not hesitate to communicate with me. Although I'm a feeler and I could feel things in a room, or I could even feel things online when I'm speaking to someone, I don't have a crystal ball. So I don't know what's going on in your world unless you reach out and you let me know. Cool? Cool. And if you haven't noticed, and I probably should apologize from this before, but I say cool a lot. And it really is, it's a way for me to get a validation that you're on the same page and ready to move on. Okay, so I'm gonna take you guys to the platform because everything else on this slide until we come up to our books is really what the platform states. So I would like to go there, and I got all these errors. Awesome. Okay, so are you guys all familiar with this right here? This would be FSO, this would be when you get into class. Okay, so there's a couple of things that you have going on here. In the right-hand corner, you have notifications and you have messages. I'm not saying ignore these, but once you click on them and you receive a message or you receive a notification, it disappears. To save yourself stress, go over to the left side of the platform, and this is where announcements are, this is where your grades are, this is where messages are, so on and so forth. Now I have a lot more than you guys do, which makes sense because I'm the instructor and I need access to things that are behind the scenes, but for the most part you have pretty much the same tabs. Richard, great question. This is access from mobile users. You have the exact same platform as online, accessing the platform from a laptop. So you will have the same things, same tabs, same breakdown of the class. It's the same. What I recommend, Rich, is if you are having any problems with the platform, and this goes for everyone, whether it's mobile or it is your laptop that you're using, any technical problems that have to do with the platform, call FSO support. They are the main people to contact with any issues that are going through the platform. So I'm good for content or any questions on assignments or finding links that I sent you. But when it comes to issues of the platform, I do not have access to your individual accounts. So make sure that you know where to get tech support. And that should be the About link on your page. And there is a PDF called FSO Support Card. If you click on that and download it, it has the email, it has the phone number, and it has the hours. Now, recommendation, I recommend that you call them. Before you do anything else, you may want to follow that up with an email, but I recommend to call them. You will get them on the phone, and if you don't get them on the phone, you leave your contact information and they'll call you back. But that's the most direct way, is to FSO support. Cool? Okay. So over in the right hand corner, there is also the icon with your picture. And if you click on that and you go into your account, it will give you your profile page. Now, I recommend for everyone to do this. Have a picture that is saved to your desktop and drag and drop it in. It normally takes a 24-hour turnover period. It goes through an approval process, and they approve your picture, and then it'll appear on your profile page. This is a great thing to do. It's facial recognition of who you are. It allows your classmates to put a face to the name. I know some people are shy and don't want to do this, but if you want to feel connected and part of the community, this is where it's at. My first master's degree here at Full Sail, I was completely awesome, Adrian. I was completely online. And at that time, we didn't have Full Sail Live. And Full Sail Live is where all the graduations are held now. But in 2010, that wasn't built yet. So our graduation was at the convention center. And if you ever have visited Florida or know about the Orange County Convention Center, it's huge. Well, my degree program decided that all the professors were going to get together before graduation for a brunch. They never met me, never saw me. I was never on campus. The moment that I stepped in those doors, now my picture was, the circle was extremely small. They knew who I was. They even knew my nickname from a project that we did that asked us to use our nickname. So it's so important to build that rapport, not only a rapport, but share who you are. Share a picture. Let them recognize you. Let your peers recognize you, your instructors. You just never know who you're going to build those relationships with. And they may want to find you because of the way that you conducted yourself, a project that they want to be a part of or enhance, or they want your talents to be a part of something they're doing. So I highly recommend that you upload the picture. Now also, when you guys go back to the main page and you see my face over here, it's going to give you the information about myself. So I filled all of this in on that profile page that I showed you. So it gives you my office hours, it gives you my phone number and extension. But understand that I'm always on the go. So the best way to contact me is this number right here. That goes directly to my cell phone. So you may leave a message. You may even use that to text me, and I will receive that message. If it's during office hours, most likely I'm getting back to you right away. If it is past office hours during the week, I will get back to you in the morning. If it's on the weekend, I may not get back to you until Monday morning. If it's Sunday, I'm not getting back to you. That is my holy day. So on a Sunday, I'm definitely not getting back to you, but that is the best number to reach me. Any questions on that? Cool. Okay, so Of course, I have a little bit more available right now than you have on your side, but getting started was the very first thing that you were introduced to. Everything open on Sunday night, and there's a few things that can help you get started with the class. So there's a welcome video, there's a course overview, and there's professionalism. Professionalism is easy peasy. We're asking you to look over the student manual and be familiar with the policies here at Full Sail. We're pretty much all adults in here and understand that on a discussion board where we're expecting that you are professional and you know how to conduct yourself. You're not inciting any word wars with each other, and you're utilizing your skills. You're utilizing resources to do the best that you can to make your communication professional, uh, rid of grammatical errors, spelling, even punctuation, yelling at me by capitalizing every single letter in your sentence, stuff like that. And then once you read that, just asking you to mark it as complete, and everybody starts out with an A plus. Isn't that wonderful? You start out with 100 just for reading something and hitting complete. Isn't that wonderful? Awesome. It's up to you guys to maintain it, and maintaining it is submitting your assignments in on time, keeping open communication with me, not arguing, all that good stuff. And happy face emoji, awesome. Incidentally, Dwayne, it has been brought up to the awesome people that build the LMS that emojis have been requested. So it might be coming down the line. Might come down the line. Okay. The other thing in the getting started is the community discussion board. Now, the community discussion board is open the entire month. The entire month, this board is open to you as a relaxed way to communicate with each other, to connect, to share things that might inspire you, interest you, motivate you. So I went ahead, and the very first post that I posted was a video, and I raised the question, how do you plan to be limitless? Eric Thomas happens to be one of my favorite all-time motivational speaker. He opens your mouth and your whole body just wakes up, and you can't help but be psyched and energized and just full of passion, because there's passion in his delivery, in his voice, and his word choices. So what I would love to see from you guys is, this board is yours. It's your way to feel connected to each other, connected to the university and this class. So I'd love to see that you are sharing things with each other, like a motivational video, or even, some of you are musicians. You may have a SoundCloud or a YouTube channel, or a website, anything that you would love to share and get feedback on. Please, by all means, use the community discussion board. while we're in here, I want to thank everybody that is in this room currently that went on and it just watched and responded. It's really cool to see interaction the very first class, and I love the interaction. And although I can't respond to everybody the first day or even throughout the week, know that I pay attention and I'm looking and I'm reading. But the first week is kind of it's unique in the way that I am ending my class from last month, so I have all of their presentations to get through, and I'm also inviting you guys into your new month at the same time. So it's the first week and the last week are mash together. So just bear with me, but know that I'm paying attention and I'm aware of your proactivity and your communication, and I thank you for that. I thank you. Okay, so that's that. I wanted to go over here to announcements. So guys, for those of you that are going to watch this back later or even from home, announcements is the plate. It's where it's at for the entire month. This is where I post everything. And I'll couple it up with an email to your @student.fullsail.edu address, but I post everything in the announcements. So recorded sessions, weekly breakdowns, helpful links, examples, they all go to the announcements. And I'm expecting, again, going back to expectations, that you're taking advantage of this information. So I give you my guarantee that it's all there. It will be there the entire month from the day that I post it all the way until when your class ends. And you have access to this when you need it. So if we go into announcements right now, of course you have my welcome announcement. You have the access to Safari books. So the books for a class are right on Safari books, which is awesome. And once you set up your account, you have this for the life of your degree, and you could reference any material going forward throughout your entire journey here. So it's really cool to set this up. This is where all your books are going to be hubs and held. Here's another place for my office hours, my alternative phone number, my alternative email address, just in case. So you have that. That's another resource. Also access to lynda.com. Lynda.com is amazing. So yeah, you can YouTube or Google anything that you want, but lynda.com is actually an educational hub, and all the tutorials are from the people that either wrote the software or are using it professionally in the industry. So this is where it's at. If you want to be successful with your programs, or you want to be successful in the industry and learn tips, Lynda is where it's at. It's a great resource. You access it through Connect, and it is free when accessed through Connect. So there's no need for you to pay, and if you're asked to pay, that means that you accessed it outside of the platform. But Lynda is a great resource. This is where I'm going to post your, you'll see it as of tomorrow morning. I every week, right after, well, the morning after our night session, you'll see a week 1 breakdown or week 2 breakdown, so forth and so forth. That will be posted on Tuesday morning, and that will include you instructions on how to be successful for the week. It will include the recording from this evening. It will include a link to register for the next session, examples, etc., etc. So it's really beneficial to you if the first thing that you do in the morning is go to your announcements and check if I posted anything, especially on Tuesday. Then you'll see the breakdown for the entire week. And as always, you can access it right here every single day on the left-hand side under announcements. Any questions on that? Okay, so week 1 is what we're in right now, and the cool thing about this class is that it's broken down, so everything builds off each other, and it's set up that way to organize you, to give you balance, to give you ways to start managing your time wisely. So everything's set up to build off one another. The very first thing is the live recordings. If you click in here, it gives you the registration link. So if you come to this session live, after this session, you can go in and say marked as complete. If you watch the recording, which will be on the announcement, you come back in here and hit mark as complete. And that's all you need to do for that. It takes care of it. The second thing on that list will be the chapters that you read from your books. Now, you do not have to read everything the first night or even the second night. Know that this is open the entire week, and if you wanted to take a chapter a night, take a chapter a night. There is no time limit or deadline for you to read the chapters. We only ask that it be done before the close of the week, which is Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Cool? Alright, and then once you do that, it's marked as complete and you're straight. Okay. The discussion. Okay, so I know I had a question about the discussion, and discussions are set up in a way to get you to be proactive and to get you to start communicating with each other early in the week. So the initial post, and I'm going to explain this a little bit more once we get into the assignment, is due by Wednesday night. Wednesday night at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So before midnight on Wednesday, your initial post should be posted. Your initial post is really going into the instructions, reading the prompts, and formulating your initial post. and getting that up there to start the conversation. From there, the second part of a discussion board is to interact with your classmates. So once you make the initial post, and the reasoning behind Wednesday is to give your classmates and give myself ample opportunity to go and read and respond to you. So after you post your initial post on Wednesday, you need to go back into the discussion board and interact with your classmates. There are several things that you could use in order to be successful in this assignment. The first thing is the instructions PDF. And this is something that comes with every single assignment. You will have instructions, you'll have guided questions, you'll have a rubric. So you'll have all these assets to make it happen. The second page of the instructions are usually where you'll see the guided questions. Okay, now guided questions are not there for you to copy and paste in the discussion board and answer them. They're there to help you formulate a well-written response. Does that make sense so far? Cool. So all these prompts are to get in your head for like rhetoric, for you guys to think about what you could be writing about. And as long as you are answering the prompts in whatever way that you choose, and you could use these as a checklist to give yourself, okay, I included this. I included my level of comfort. I included my experience. I included an example of a program that I used, and so on and so forth. So what this discussion is really asking you is your presentation history. What do you think you need to include for a presentation history? Am I asking who invented PowerPoint? What am I asking you? Tell a story about personal experience. Hit the nail right on the head. Exactly. And my friends, what I do is I do not ask my students anything that I would not do myself. So, in discussion boards, the very first post that you're going to see, unless I forget to post it, and forgive me if I do, I'm only human and it happens sometimes, but I want you to call me out on it, please. Because sometimes I need a reminder, especially having so many students at one time. Anyway, I digress. So you will find my initial post, and this is what I mean about an initial post. Okay. Remember when we were talking about expectations? And we were sharing some of the diversity in this class. And my expectations that you infuse your craft in everything that you do, it will keep you happy. Well, my background is stories. I love to write poetry. I love writing short stories. It's a reasoning why I went for my MFA in creative writing. Even after many, many years of being a college student, I went back for more. I used writing stories to help build my prompt. And I want you guys to use what makes you happy. So I did not post this to make you do your initial post a certain way. It's there to inspire you to write your own story or write in your own unique fashion. Some people write spoken words, some people write in a poetic form, some people like to record their voice, some people do it in video. So I want you to do what is most comfortable to you. Understand that it is a discussion board, there is some writing that is involved, but if you want to tell your story through video, by all means do it. I would love it. So you could go ahead and view a possibility of what you could do, but that is what I mean by initial post. So when you go into the board, when you go into the discussion, it is going to bring you to, it's going to give you a box similar to this where it says your post, and that is where you are going to post your material. So I think it was Taylor that, yes, wrote out in paper first. That's beautiful. And I'm old school. I have notebooks everywhere. I still write all my dates and plans in a planner. Like, I know there is a Google Calendar, and I know I could use my iPhone for reminders. I could even talk to Siri if I want, but I need to write it down. So I'm all for it if that's what you have to do. You could use a Word document. A Word document could even give you a chance to look everything over and use grammar and spell check to make sure everything's cool before you post. So whatever you need to do. Also, again, my knowledge is only from my experience. So having the experience as a student as well, I saved all my discussion boards in Word documents. I saved them on files. I named them for the class that I was in. And the cool thing about that was I was able to use parts of discussion boards for later projects that I had down the road. So you never know what you may use. So I'm not saying that this is something that is required. It's not. It's just something that I did for myself, and I was glad that I did it. Okay? So again, once you make that initial post, you need to go back into the discussion board and reply. So the first time you make up a post, it's under completion, and you make your post. Then it says write and reply to at least 2 students. At least is meeting the requirements. I believe it was Cody or Connor, I'm not too sure which one, so forgive me, that said, can we go above and beyond in this class? One of the things is looking at your rubric, and there is meeting expectations and there is exceeding expectations. So if you are going out for that A+, how many students or classmates should you be responding to? All of them. Well, and if I say your name wrong, I'm sorry, but Joram, I don't expect you to respond to all of them. If you want to, more power to you. It's just more connection. I will tell you that I respond to everybody, but I'm I'm crazy. I'm a different kind of animal. But I hope that you will go with what you feel. The more you connect to your classmates, the more you gain new relationships and build perspectives. So more power to you. Bernard, I really hope that is true, because I'm hoping that I become mainstream once in my life. So I hope that is true. Okay, so any questions about the discussion? Cool. And yes, I totally agree. Normal is overrated for sure. Okay, the last thing, and I won't go into specifics, you'll find in the announcement that I make tomorrow, there is a separate video that goes over both assignments. So you'll have another video explaining what the first assignment entails. What I'll do tonight is give you an overview and what to look for. We are approaching 9 o'clock, and this happens all the time. I want to give you guys a chance to ask me some questions. So the assignment, the very first thing that I would love for you to do is go and look at the instructions. So go to the instructions, second page, and look at the prompts. Okay, so step 1 is asking for evaluation, looking at the prompts. And what this assignment is asking you to do is to go on TED.com, and look for presentations that interest you. Has anyone heard of TED.com before? Awesome. Taylor, you are ahead of the game, and it looks like many of you are ahead of the game. I love TED. I'm a huge TED head. My Netflix queue is full of TED Talks, so I'm all about TED. The cool thing about TED is that there is such a diversity of things that you can encounter, that you could learn from, that you could be inspired and motivated from. If you haven't heard of TED, you're in for a treat, especially how exciting it is that you get to witness this and explore for the first time. So, what step 1 is asking you to do is look for 3 TEDs. So you're looking for 3 TEDs that interest you. Now, there is no requirement for what type of TED you have to look for. There's no requirement. Whatever interests you. So it could be anywhere from bee-boxing to exploring the inner workings of space. TED is so vast with many different interests. For this assignment, especially when it comes to evaluating, having a diversity of choices is solid, because you are in fact evaluating. You are taking the seat of an audience member in order to understand what an audience needs when it's your time to be the mentor or be the presenter. We will talk more about that concept when we have our session on Friday. But The purpose of this assignment is that you are the audience member. You are the spectator. You are evaluating and observing, not based on what the TED is about. It's based on what you are getting out of the TED. What are you taking away? What are you receiving as an observer? So, there's a difference between summary and evaluation. Not to say that in your evaluation you won't be talking about some of the things that happened or is about the TED, but it's more than that. It's what you're taking away from the presenter. This will help guide you when it is your turn to become the mentor. You will now have an awareness of what the audience needs from a presenter, from having that perspective as an audience member. Does that make sense? Cool. So step one is just that. What I recommend you guys to do is just do that. Pay attention to the initial post for the discussion board, because that is due by Wednesday evening. Pay attention to that first. Then, when you get into the assignment, I want you to go into TED, look at the library, and choose the ones that you want to evaluate. Review these questions, get them into your head, make the wheels start turning, and plan for what you're going to look for in the TED. The next two steps, every step is highlighted in the video that I'm going to share with you, but the next two steps are easy peasy. Once you got the evaluation down, you will totally understand everything else. All else will follow. Do you trust me? Cool. Okay, so again, what I would like you to concentrate on from now, and of course we usually have our sessions on Friday, but due to the holiday this week and that we have a short week, we are actually meeting on Wednesday at 10 o'clock. So I will see you, quote unquote, before the initial post is due. I will see you the day after you get that announcement from me and you watch the video. So if you have any questions, write them down and bring them to the session. So we've come to the end of our session tonight, and I would like to open up to you guys if you have any questions. And it looks like Ian has a question, but there is no question mark. So, but I think you have a question. Bernard, yes, there will be a join link emailed for every session. So after you register, just like tonight's session, you'll get a reminder email an hour before the session starts, and you could use that link to hop right in. Ian says, are we meeting on Wednesday for the holiday break or still on Friday? Ian, we are meeting on Wednesday at 10 o'clock. It will be my reach out because of the holiday, just to make sure that you all are on page and we can wish each other happy holidays and good times. Dwayne, Sunday is the normal due date, but it's the next Tuesday this week because of the holidays. Yes, Dwayne. What I recommend, only from experience, and I won't I do not steer you guys wrong. From experience is beneficial to you, especially starting a new week, because week 2 is going to open up on Sunday and you'll have new assignments that you'll have to work on. What I recommend, if you can help it, get it in on Sunday like normal, and I will grade it on Mondays like I normally do. So what I recommend for time management and to get you guys in the flow of things is go ahead and knock it out. I'm telling you, it's gonna save you stress. It's gonna get you into a mode of managing and balancing your time. But of course, it is there. I can't ask you to do things on Thanksgiving. I can't ask you to do things that land on a holiday. But it will help you. Awesome. Copy that. Any other questions, guys? Taylor, every week opens up on Sunday. So the earliest that week 2 will open is on Sunday. Cool. Well, guys, it has been a pleasure, and I'm so excited for our journey here this month. I look forward to reading your stories on the discussion board. It's my favorite thing in the universe. I love to make my cup of coffee in the morning and read your stories. So I'm really looking forward to that. Oh, reach out to each other throughout the entire week. Ask me questions. Utilize all that contact information that you have. And I will see you, quote unquote, on Wednesday if you can make it. So, again, so nice to meet you guys. And I look forward to learning with you this month. Have a great evening.